Welcome back, everybody. Well, most of us know about this case. It gripped the nation 34 years ago. The Menendez brothers sentenced to life for killing their parents, and it was a brutal crime scene. But now there's talk the case could be reopened. Lyle Menendez speaks to Natalie Morales from prison on tomorrow night's 48 Hours. And Natalie, you join us now. This is something that could be a deep dive. I've been all over YouTube for years watching this case and seeing how the narrative has evolved. What did you learn about the claims that they were sexually abused and how that figures into the murder case?
Yeah, it's interesting. There's actually some new evidence, according to the Menendez brothers' attorney, including a new witness who has come forward claiming that he was also sexually abused by Jose Menendez. That witness is a man by the name of Roy Rossello. He's a former member of the boy band Menudo, and he says that he was raped by Jose Menendez when Jose was an executive at RCA Records and negotiated the contract for Menudo at the time. And so he is making this claim. And also there was a letter that was found by a Menendez family member in storage, according to the Menendez brothers' attorney. It's a letter that was written by Eric to his cousin in the months leading up to the crime, in which Eric writes to his cousin about the abuse he says he was enduring at the hands of his father. And the attorney is arguing this is contemporaneous proof that the abuse was taking place.
Well, what's so fascinating, it's been long said that some of this evidence was not originally allowed to go to trial. You spoke to the person accused and convicted. What is his reaction to this new narrative that continues to swell in the country?
Yes, Lyle Menendez, he's very much aware of, the fascination, of course, and all the, there's more now with social media this case certainly has taken the spotlight once again. But the new evidence to him is he hopes validation. Also, the new witness who has come forward, he said when he heard about Roy Rossello, he cried, but he hopes that it's validation. And again, that he hopes that people will understand what the brothers were claiming all along. And that they, believe them now that they are saying that they were sexually abused.
And the allegations about sexual abuse are against the father, not Kitty Menendez. What is the talk about whether this can give them leverage? Because a lot of people have said, well, if the dad did it, why kill Kitty Menendez?
Yes, so the abuse allegations, and this took place during both trials, the allegations were also against the mother. Kitty Menendez also, according to Lyle, was sexually abusing Lyle as well. So it's sexual, physical, and emotional abuse from both parents. And that came up during both trials. The first trial ended up in a mistrial. It was a hung jury. And the second trial was when they were convicted. A lot of the evidence in the second trial and a lot of the witnesses were not able to testify or allowed to testify towards what was then deemed by prosecutors the abuse excuse. But now there's much more sensitivity as we understand, what sexual abuse victims have gone through, and especially with men. Nowadays, I think there's more sensitivity to understanding when they come forward.
Natalie Morales, of course, top-tier journalist on a case that has demanded top-tier attention. We appreciate you so much this morning. And you can see Natalie's full report on 48 Hours. That's tomorrow night at 10 on CBS and proudly streaming on Paramount+.